This is the Week 2 Beginner Spanish webinar recording. We're going over los números, the numbers, la fecha, the date, y la hora, the hour or the time. So we just wanted to review multisyllabic words and where you stress or accent. If the word has an accent mark in it, you're going to accent or stress that part of the word. If a word doesn't have an accent mark in it and it ends in a vowel or the letter N or S, then you're going to accent or stress the next to the last syllable. Otherwise, you're going to stress the last syllable. So most of the time in many words, you want to stress the last syllable the majority of the time. The vowels. So here we're practicing the vowels again and just remembering that they stay the same in Spanish. So here we have A, E, O, U. Repita, por favor. Repeat after me. A, E, O, U. Okay, and those always stay the same. Just a review on some of the consonant sounds. The letters B and the letter V sound the same. They both make the B sound. It's kind of a soft B sound. So for B, you got bajo, which means down, and baño, bathroom. But also for the starting with the letter B, we have vaca and viernes. So we don't have the buzzy V sound like we do in English. So vaca, viernes, which means cow, and then viernes is Friday. The letter D, it sounds like a regular D at the beginning of words, and if it comes after an L or after the letter N. Otherwise, it sounds like a TH sound. So here we have a beginning of the word and a D after the letter N. So it sounds like a regular D, donde, which means where. Here we have a D that doesn't fit those rules, so it's going to sound like the TH sound. So sábado, Saturday. The double L sounds like a Y, So here we have cuchillo or knife. Caballo is horse. The letter J, when you see it, sounds like an H. So here we have junio, julio, and jueves, which means June, July, and Thursday. The letter H is silent. You don't hear it. So we have hola and hotel, not hotel, hotel. So hi and hotel. And then the single R is pronounced sort of like a D. You just tap your tongue up, the tip of your tongue up at the top of the roof of your mouth behind your teeth. So we have perro, and raton. And that means but, like I wanted to go to the store but I couldn't, and raton is rat. And the double R sounds like rrr, like you trill your R's. So you're just blowing air and letting your tongue go up and down in your mouth. So we have perro, burro, correr. So dog is perro, but perro is but. Perro is dog, burro is donkey, and correr is run. The Z sounds like an S. Zapato, which is shoe, zapato. Marzo is March, and corazón is heart. So the numbers 1 through 10, los números 1 a 10. So repita por favor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and notice that V made a B sound, nueve, and 10, the Z made a S sound, 10. Okay, so let's practice counting together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now over in the blue part you see the numbers 1 through 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the left in the yellow part you see the numbers 11 through 15, números 11 a 15. So just highlighting in the blue you can see the similarities from 11 has the same letters as 1, uno. 12 has the same letters as the number 2, and so on. So if you match them up, it makes it easier to remember. So repeat after me. Repita, por favor. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. Okay? And so just remember that we're always going to pronounce the E on the end, which is pronounced A. It's always pronounced A. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's practice. Ready? Here we go. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. When you're saying the numbers 16 through 19, 16 a 19, what you're really saying is 10 and. 10 is 10 and the Y is pronounced E, and that's the word and. So you're saying 10 and 6, 10 and 7, 10 and 8, 10 and 9. So what we do though is to make the word, to say it a little bit faster like native Spanish speakers do, we take away the Y and we change it to an I, and we change the Z to a C. So the numbers are spelled like this for 16 through 19. So we have 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, let's practice again. Here we go. 16, 18, 17, 18, 19. Okay, here we go. Ready? Go. 16, 17, 18, 19. Number 20 is pronounced 20. It starts with a V, but it's pronounced with the B sound, so 20. And just like with 10 and 6, 10 and 7, for 20 we say 20 and 1, 20 and 2. So we say 20 y, which means 20 and. So what we do again is we change the Y to an I, the E to an E, another E but an I, and we take off the E here off of the end of 20. So it comes out 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay, so let's practice. Here we go. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So the gender of numbers, that means feminine or masculine. So we kind of have to look at the nouns. When a number ends in uno or one, when it comes in front of a masculine noun like coche or car, we take off the O and we use un. And when it comes in front of a feminine noun like casa, then we say una. We add an A on the end instead of an O. So some examples are un coche, which is a car or one car. Casa, house, is feminine. There's really no reason for that except for Spanish is Latin-based and they had gender, in the Latin words. So we use that in Spanish. So una casa instead of uno casa or un casa. We put the A on the end to match so that both words are feminine. Una casa. The same thing with when the word uno comes on the end of the word. We take off the O or we change it to an A. So for coches, which is masculine, cars, we have, for 21, we have 21 coches. For houses, which is feminine, casas, we have 21 casas. 30 is 30, and it's just really like 20, like the 20s. We say 30 and 1, 30 and 2, so 30 y. The only difference is instead of saying a, e for 30 y, we say I. It kind of gets slurred together. So it's pronounced 30, 31, 32. You hear the I in there in the middle. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So let's practice. Here we go. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So here are the numbers 40 through 100. 40 kind of sounds like cuatro, 40. 50 sounds like cinco, 50. 60 is like seis, 60. 70, 70. 80, 80. 90, 90. And 100, ciento or cien for short. Okay, let's repeat those. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, ciento or cien. Here we go. Ready? 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, ciento or cien. So if you want to say numbers higher than 100, you just add the number after ciento. So we have 101 is 101, 102 is 102, 110 is 110, and 199 is 199. So ciento is shortened to cien when it comes in front of a noun of either gender. When you're just counting, you can use ciento, but when it comes before a noun, you're going to shorten it to cien. Okay, ciento is used within longer numbers except in front of mil, which is 1,000. 100,000, 100,000, 100,000. Okay, 200s pretty much follows the same pattern as the hundreds, but we're going to put an S on the end of ciento because we have 200s. We have a plural here, so we have 200 is 200, 201, 202, 203, 251 is 251, 252 is 252, and so on. So 300 through 900 follows pretty much the same pattern as 200, with 200 being 200. 300 is 300, just like you would expect. 400 is 400. 500 is a little bit different. Instead of saying 500, we're going to say 500. 500. 600, 700, 800, 900 is 900. The hundredth portions of the numbers change in gender, just like uno, una, un changes, so does the hundreds, the ciento part. So if you're looking at houses again, that's feminine, and you have 200 houses, it's 200. Notice the A, casas. Cars is masculine, so 202 cars, 202 coches. And 202 houses, you have to change the O to an A, 202 casas. Larger numbers, 1,000 is mil, 2,000, 2,000, 3,000, 3,000, pretty easy. 3,333, 3,333, and 1,000,000, un millón. And notice that where we would normally put a comma, we would say 1,000 for mil or 1,000. They put a period or a dot in place of the comma, and where we would normally put a period if we were saying cents, then they put a comma there. So if we were saying $1,000.34, it would be written 1.000, comma 34 for the cents. So a comma goes before the cents. So it's reverse of what we would do in English with the punctuation with the numbers. Let's do some summa y resta, addition and subtraction. So we're going to stop and have you write some answers in the box after each one. So we have 10 and plus you say y or más. So 10 más 1. 10 y 1 es means equals, means is. 10 y 1 es. And when the video stops, you can please write your answer in Spanish. Okay, and it was 11 is the answer. Okay, 9 menos 2 es 7. Times is por, means by, P-O-R. So 2 por 3 es 6. 8 menos 3 es 5. 7 menos 7 es 0. We didn't teach you that one, but you figured it out. Great. 2 por 5 es 10. 2 y 6 es 8. Ordinal numbers, los números ordinales. This is like first, second, third, and so on. So we have primero. Primero sounds like primary. Segundo, second. Tercero. Cuarto. Don't get that confused with cuatro. Can you hear the difference? Cuatro is 4. Cuarto sounds like quarter or fourth. Quinto. Sexto. Séptimo. Octavo. Noveno. Décimo. Now, ordinal numbers are not normally used after decimo. Once you get up into 11th and higher with ordinal numbers, they just use the cardinal number, just the regular number. So for the 13th floor, el piso 13, it wouldn't be the 13th floor, it would be the 13 floor, the 13 floor. So here are some rules around ordinal numbers. They have to agree in gender and number with the noun that they modify. So la silla, the chair, is feminine, so you have to agree in gender for primer. You can't say primero because that's masculine. La primera silla, add the A on the end. Hombres, men, are masculine, so los primeros, notice the S on the end has to match because there's more than one man. Los primeros hombres. On primero and tercero, take off the final O before masculine singular nouns. So el tercer piso, the third floor, take off the O on tercer because piso, the floor, is masculine singular. Mi novio, my boyfriend, that's masculine singular. So mi primer novio, took off the O on there. And then the last rule, really easy, ordinal numbers can come before or after the noun. So for the first lesson, you can say la primera lección or la lección primera, either one, it doesn't matter. So here's a picture of the second floor, and the word for the floor is el piso. When the video stops, type the second floor in Spanish in the box and then continue on with the rest of the video. El segundo piso is the second floor, or you could say el piso segundo. How about la silla, the chair? The third chair. The third chair. When the video stops, type that in Spanish in the box and then return to the rest of the video. la tercera silla, or la silla tercera. El grado means the grade. So how do you say the 6th grade? El sexto grado, or el grado sexto. When the video stops, type in the box, what grade level do you teach or support? And if you do teach or support all grade levels, you can say todos. You can use the word todos los grados. Todos los grados. Todos means all. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is answer this question. ¿Cuál era el primer año? What was the first year? Año is year. Del su trabajo, of your work in Washoe County School District. So you would answer el primer año era, the first year was, if you started in the 1990s or 1980s, 1900 is 1900, so it's 1900. So for example, 1999, 1999. 2010, you would say 2000, 2000 diez is 10. So 2010 is 2010. When the video stops, type in the year that you started working in Washoe County School District in Spanish. Los meses del año. So we have abril, agosto, octubre, diciembre, enero, marzo, septiembre, junio, noviembre, febrero, julio, y mayo. So I'm going to stop for just a minute and go on further in this slideshow. And we're going to start up here, and I'm going to ask you to type in the box the answer to the question, ¿Cuál es su cumpleaños? What is your birthday, cumpleaños? You can type mi cumpleaños es. And to answer the question, when you're saying a date, you say el, which means the, and then you put in the number of the month or the date, de, which means of, and then mes, which is the month. So for example, my birthday is May 17th or the 17th of May. I would say el 17 de mayo. So answer that question when the video stops. All right, now we're going to play a little game with the days of the week. I'm going to give you a day of the week, and then I'm going to ask you to tell me, to type in the box what yesterday was, ayer fue, and what tomorrow will be, mañana será. So let's just say today is viernes. Hoy es viernes. Type in the box what yesterday was. Type ayer fue. Now, let me give you another day of the week. Hoy es sábado. Hoy es sábado. Mañana, tomorrow, será. And type in the box what tomorrow will be. Hoy es martes. Ayer fue. Type in the box what yesterday was. Okay, for time, ¿qué hora es? We're going to, that means what time is it? When you're talking about 1 o'clock, you use the verb es, which means is, because it's just one. When you're talking about more than 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, so on, you use the verb son, because it's more than one. You're basically saying they are 2, they are 3, they are 4. Son las dos, son las tres, and so on. So I'm going to ask you to type in the box. What time is it? Es la una. Es la una. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 5. Son las 5. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 9. Son las 9. This one you can say son las 12. Or for noon, you can say es el mediodía, middle of the day, mediodía. Día is day, medio is middle. Or you can say es la medianoche, middle of the night. Noche is night. ¿Qué hora es? Es la 1:10, 1 hour and 10 minutes. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 4:35, 4:35. Muy bien.